Hi, I'm Chris. I was a medic in the Army, went to school for English, and spent 13 years working in the sales industry. The pay was good, but I never felt a connection with my career. It was work. Like most people, the part of the day I looked forward to the most was the end. Then I made a change. I went back to school, this time for game design. The last year of my bachelor's program, I landed my dream job, making virtual reality simulations. I'm constantly challenged and growing every day. I want to create games and experiences that immerse people beyond what has been done before. Working in a 3D play space brings us closer than we've been, and as the hardware strengthens, I want to grow my capabilities. To sum it up, I want to be Akihiko Kayaba. During my master's program for game design at Full Sail, I was turned on to a book written by Robert Greene titled Mastery. The chapter titled Discover Your Calling, the Life's Task has a session called Strategies for Finding Your Life's Task, and it goes over 5 ways to look for one's purpose. The first being return to your origins, the primal inclination strategy. As an apprentice, this strategy is what drove me to my current path. It ties to my going back to school for game design, sparked by my conversation I had with my mom. We were talking about my job in sales and how I wasn't a fan. The people were nice, the money was good, but the work was monotonous and didn't bring joy. She brought up the comment that she had expected I would be making fun games. From a young age, I spent countless hours in front of screens consuming the experiences. This brief comment helped to rekindle my desire for something more and shone a light on my hidden trail. Also, in the section of the book, Green refers to Marie Curie. Her story reminded me of my childhood. My dad was a computer scientist, and I grew up with a computer in the home. At the time, these were rare. Though I didn't program till I was much older, I did take every opportunity I could to use one of our floppy disks to grind out the Oregon Trail or participate in another virtual adventure. The second opportunity to find one's life purpose is to occupy the perfect niche, the Darwinian strategy. Getting in a job in video games is tough. You get out of school and companies expect you to have 2 years of experience. While I was in school, I got really into VR, built side projects as well as extension to my school projects, allowing me to test them in non-pancake mode. This portfolio of experience showed an XR company willing to take on a newbie that I fit the niche position they were trying to fill. Next is avoid the false path, the rebellion strategy. My false path was sales. I was seeing people making money and felt that would bring happiness. We don't stop and think. People spend more than half of their waking lives at work. Is the money we spend in our remaining time a worthy return? Giving up money might be easier than what Mozart faced with his family, as Green outlines in his book. If we can maintain our familial bonds and lose a bit of moolah, all the better. But if it ends up being our family holding us back, we need to take those losses into consideration as well. As we talk about letting go of things we don't need, Green brings us let go of the past, the adaptation strategy. To maintain your position in game design is to require expansion. If a studio develops an experience that does not feel innovative, it will fail. For this reason, the organization will already have in place measures to prevent this, like firing developers that don't deliver, or the company will sink in the muck of mundane content. When I think of boxer training, I imagine them in the ring with their coach. Little mitts on his hands, the coach and boxer dodging and weaving. This wasn't always the case. As Green tells the story of Freddie Roach, the man who brought this style of training to fruition. He was a good boxer, but not good enough. He worked for a great coach as a sub and did well. But things got stale. When he was introduced to a new concept, he latched on and changed the world of boxing. If you aren't a Freddie Roach, to bring things around, you can also find your way back, the life or death strategy. Sometimes the fall of the path you desire requires sacrifice. When I first started working at my company, I was only getting paid in stock, and the company was not on the stock market. I went from a well paid salesperson to a cash broke potential seeker. If things hadn't worked out, or I had in the end not shown aptitude for the opportunity, then life would have been tough for a while, managing bills with no income. For this project, we also want to make sure we're pushing ourselves forward. And we are presenting two SMART goals. Mine will be converting from a regiment of 20% C++ coding and 80% blueprints in Unreal Engine to 30% and 70. I will also create a custom VR test environment in Unreal Engine. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video today. All credits to Green and his book to follow. I look forward to seeing you in Aincrad.